And now in China, a shocking scandal involving the illegal trade of human corpses has been uncovered. Instead of being cremated, over 4,000 bodies were secretly sold to two major biomaterial companies which are tied to the state. The corpses were then dissected and turned into bone grafting materials, generating millions of dollars in revenue over a span of 8 years. The scheme involving funeral homes, doctors, and a state-owned enterprise has exposed a dark side of China's medical industry. Here's our report with more.
In northern China, prosecutors have uncovered a disturbing decade-long scheme involving the illegal sale of corpses meant for cremation. This scheme, spanning at least 7 provinces, has implicated dozens of suspects, including funeral home managers, doctors, and company shareholders. At the center of this shocking case are two companies, Shanxi Osteorad Biomaterial and Sichuan Hengpu Technology. From 2015 to 2023, these companies illegally obtained more than 4,000 corpses, generating nearly $53 million in revenue. The cadavers were collected from funeral homes across various localities and were then dissected, stored, and eventually processed into biomaterial devices used in bone grafting procedures. The scheme was not limited to just the companies. Funeral homes in the southwestern provinces of Yunnan, Guizhou, and Sichuan, as well as in the Chongqing municipality, played a crucial role. These funeral homes charged families for cremation services, but instead sold the corpses to hospitals for dissection and storage. In some cases, unclaimed bodies were chosen for the illegal trade. A staff member at the anatomy department of Guilin Medical University purchased at least 450 corpses from 3 of these funeral homes, paying around $125 per body. The bodies were then sold to Shanxi Osteorad for up to $1,400 each. In another instance, a transplant surgeon at the affiliated hospital of Qingdao University processed and sold at least 10 bodies to the company, earning between $1,400 and $3,000 per corpse. Shanxi Osteorad staff not only mishandled the cadavers but also fabricated the necessary documentation to cover their tracks. This allowed them to bypass strict regulatory oversight that typically governs the use of cadaveric tissue for medical purposes. The scandal came to light in September 2023 when China's National Audit Office began investigating the irregular earnings of the Guilin Teaching Hospital's faculty member. This probe led to the discovery of the broader scheme, prompting authorities to seize over 34,000 biomaterial products, at least 18 tons of semi-finished goods, nearly 16 properties, and at least 29 vehicles linked to the illegal trade. As of last week, Chinese prosecutors confirmed that all 75 suspects involved in the scheme have admitted to their roles. And a lawyer who blew the whistle on a nationwide trade in stolen and dismembered corpses has been removed from his position as director of a Beijing law firm. The exposure of this decade-long scheme highlights a troubling aspect of China's medical industry. While the use of cadaveric tissue in medical procedures is common, it's typically governed by strict ethical guidelines and donor consent. The illegal trade of bodies in this case not only violated these principles but also exploited grieving families and unclaimed deceased individuals.